Hello, my name is Ellen Robick, and this is my Do Something and Report About It project. So, a little bit of background about the place that I live in. I live in a house, and there are 6 units total in the house, and me and my roommate live on the top floor. There's 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. So, according to the Energy Information Administration, the average consumption for U.S. residential utilities is 914 kilowatt hours per month. Based on our monthly electric bill, ours is around 492.1 kilowatt hours per month. I did a little further research on different utilities and their national averages, as I put in this little box here. Since the information from different sources were varying so much, I took the average from multiple different sources to come up with these values that I have right here for averages. I also noted that I couldn't find any averages for the salt lamp and the water heater, so I don't have any values there. So this is my activity log that I took over the course of a week. Since the unit is hours, there are a couple weird decimals here, but I put in parentheses, like the 0.05 is about 3 minutes, the 0.083 is about 5 minutes. I also noted the kind of power that each appliance used, and I will be talking about how I dealt with that in the next slide. So in order to collect data for the refrigerator, I took the average wattage over the course of 24 hours, and it was really fun to watch when I opened the fridge or the freezer how significantly the wattage changed. For the microwave, since the wattage remained relatively constant when it wasn't in use, I decided to average it over the course of about 3 hours, and then I recorded all the wattage that was happening in the course of 3 minutes while cooking some pasta. For the LED lamp that's in my living room, I decided to measure it a little differently. Because there are 2 different settings, there's one brighter one and there's one dimmer setting, I decided to use 6 days and use the dimmer setting because that's the one that we usually use on a day-to-day basis. And then I used my 7th day to record the wattage for the brighter setting. For the room fan, I did a little experimenting on how much it would change if I turned on the setting that makes it rotate, and it did increase a little bit, but not significant enough to contribute to the data. The water heater was a little tricky, and I did it this way because I recall from one of our lectures talking about how it doesn't matter what you're heating the water with, but it more depends on how much water you're heating. So for 3 days, I heated up enough water that I usually heat up for myself, which is about 1.5 cups. And for the other 4 days, I heated up enough water that for me and my roommate that we share, it was approximately 3 cups. More energy was used to heat more water, but the difference was not very significant. So here is my big pretty table of all my results. Just based off this, I found that the largest energy consumer is the refrigerator, and the smallest energy consumer of the appliances surveyed was the LED lamp. So to summarize, the total average energy used per day based on these appliances was 2.124 kilowatt hours. Average energy used per month would be around 64.79 kilowatt hours, but this is strictly based on the appliances that I surveyed, not based on our overall energy usage. So 64.79 obviously is not the amount of power that we use per month total, because it's excluding a lot of other things in our home, like lights and gadgets and power strips and other things like that. It's also difficult to quantify because we live in a house with multiple units, and some of the heating and the hallway lighting, and as well as the washer and dryer in the basement are all combined prices. So it's really difficult to get our exact quantification of energy usage, but this is a good estimate. So over all of the appliances surveyed, I learned that the fridge was the biggest energy consumer, which was not a surprise. However, it was really interesting to see how much phantom energy can add up over time. Like, for example, the microwave, the phantom energy actually took up more of the energy than actually using the microwave. I'm also curious about the energy consumption of our entire house because, like I said before, there were a lot of aspects that weren't taken into account for our total energy usage. It's also hard to quantify because my roommate and I have very busy schedules, and so we're not around a lot. So I am curious to know what exactly our specific energy consumption is based on these other variables. And here are my sources. Thank you very much.